Hello, good morning. This is your guy, Mr. Coderfix. So today I'm gonna be showing you how to double or triple your playtime power on your sound port sound bar. So today I'm gonna be using Bolead, my Bolead S7 to illustrate how you can be able to do this. If you're new to my channel, kindly subscribe to my channel, and if you've already done that, let's get started. Now, the first thing you're gonna be needing is applying to like this razor blade I use here, and find a spot where you can actually open it from. So my own spot on this ball lead is the speaker. So gently apply it off. If suppose you have a ball lead, you should follow along. But if you have any other models that is not bullied, you can pretty much follow the same. It's all the same way. I've been looking for some video on how to do that on the YouTube, but I couldn't find, and that is why I decided to make one. Okay, you can see when once you get that out, you keep it out of the way. You have 8 screws securing the uh the chassis in place, which you can see them right on the table right there. So I've lost some of them, but I'm actually trying to show you this for the purpose of this video. I've tried to do this before, but since I didn't find any video on a guide on how to do it, that is why I decided to make one. So pay attention. Now this one here, you can see that there's a metal in between that actually help to boost the effect. Now you can see it. This mine is 2000 mAh. So when I discovered it's actually some of the kind of common lithium battery that I have been having, I use that I have a lot. I was excited, though I wasn't disappointed because I was hoping even if it is the other kind that is used in the cell phones, I'm still going to replicate the same process. So I have bunch of them here which I'm currently not using, so I can actually be able to upgrade it. Now for this there is no I don't think there is much of a limitation. I think the charging there, the main thing you have to focus here is on loosening it, right, and making sure that nothing is spoiled while you're trying to do it. And it doesn't really have much. It's just what I figured out is gonna look like. Like you can see the upper panel which I remove up here, and you keep the other one aside. The upper panel, there is no much thing to it, and it does have orientation, so you should pay attention when you are trying to couple it back. The upper panel here, they made it in such a way that you can actually detach the battery, which I'm detaching right here. It's the red and black thing there. So if you are a DIY guy, you should understand that the red signifies the positive, and they have a rubber which they use in insulating the system from short circuiting. So the first thing I did here was actually to pull out the battery. After this, don't worry, you have to be, I'm going to hit the gas pedal to shift this very fast, not to burn your time. But if suppose you want uh, the process is, you just have to follow what I'm doing right now. You see, I've got the battery detached. So when you get it detached, then you have to keep the other one aside. That is where we're going to be doing some little configuration or hacking to double up the power. So you can add more battery, you can add 2, you can add 4. If you add 2, it becomes 4000 mAh. If you add 3, it becomes 6000 mAh. If you add 4, it becomes 8000 mAh. And the way they did this bullet, I like it. A lot of them also don't have anything much going on inside, so you can pretty much hack it. Like I said previously, you can use a smartphone battery to do it, like the Samsung one which I have here, or any other one, and you can choose to stockpile 2 of them if suppose you want to increase it. After removing that panel, the charging control, you can link it straight. They have another charging control on the other battery, so you can see this one that I doubled. So that's how you should do it. If suppose why I'm showing this is suppose yours is not coming with the round 61 to something something lithium battery, so you should be able to, it shouldn't look strange. Now you can see other ones which I have previously which I used for power bank. Okay, now let's go to it. So what you're gonna be needing is uh, I'm trying to show you, if suppose you don't know where to get some of this battery, some of your old battery can actually do it. The reality there is lithium battery hardly dies. So you can see the ones that are broken off from some other battery. That is where I got this one from. If suppose you don't want to spend more money to get another one. So with this, you're gonna be needing a soldering lead and some other screwdrivers and soldering iron, as you can see right here. So I'm supposed to, I actually wanted to double this to become 6000 mAh because my 2000 mAh lasts for 4 hours. So if I double it right now, it's gonna be lasting for 8 hours. So the process is what you should focus on and do as I do, and everything's gonna go fine. I assure you that. Okay, now you have to test. If suppose yours came with this kind, you have to test the housing to see if it's gonna fit. If it doesn't fit, hey, you have nothing to lose. You can butcher off that frame that is in between there. If suppose you have Bolead, I choose Bolead because the sound effect is great. Um when you butcher off that chassis where this frame, middle frame that it is, you will need to hold the battery in place with a masking tape so that it doesn't go off or go out of the way. Then here you're gonna be needing to solder the battery. Now you have to recognize the positive side and the negative side of this lithium battery. You're gonna be needing 2 wires in order to be able to get it done, so you don't have to make any mistake on that. Then it's also very important that you know where you remove whatever you remove. Don't if you don't know how to tear things apart and put it back, I don't recommend you do this. Okay, so you should know how to tear things apart and do it back before you can be able to actually start it in the first place. I think I'm supposed to have shown you this even before you go ahead and start doing it. So like you can see the metal this thing there that I'm putting my hands into, that's the places where the battery is. So if suppose you just have that, you can actually cut it and throw it away and find another thing to hold the battery in place so it doesn't wobble when you move it around. But if suppose you want to do it like me, which I'm gonna be just doubling mine, then you will not need to actually cut off that frame. All you're gonna be doing next is brazing, soldering the battery to a wire where you're gonna be using to do the configuration to double up the power. So you can see the wire here. It's very important that you use a color-coded wire, red and black. Black signifies negative, red means positives. So let's get to it. So you have to try to identify the positive part. The positive part always have hole on the top, like you can see this one here. The negative part is completely flat. You can see that's the negative part right there, is completely flat. So the positive always has some holes in it and a smaller tip on the head. So you're gonna be soldering the wire. You also have to be needing to have some soldering skill to be able to do this. If you don't know how to do it, you should take it to a radio mechanic. They should be able to help you do it. Okay, let me fast forward this video so I save your time.